G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I welcome you. If you're not new here, I welcome you back. So today folks, I am testing out the new GoPro Hero 10 Black. I just got it a few days ago and this is the first time of trying it out basically. So you might see a difference in quality of video from here on in. So we're just doing a little tester today basically. Going to go through some different settings and kind of see how it bears up. I want to see how it is in the wind, especially. There's supposed to be a storm coming in here. I should have said I'm in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. So we're going to go for a little walk around here just to check it out, show you what Playa del Carmen's got to offer. And yeah, I just want to see how this GoPro handles the wind and that kind of thing, you know. I've got this thing called a wind slayer on it. It's basically like a big piece of foam that covers the whole GoPro, and it's supposed to cut out a lot of the wind noise. So it's pretty windy now actually, so yeah, I just wanted to test this little camera out, and at the same time we'll have a little mooch around Playa del Carmen. Loads of nice graffiti here. There's some right up ahead here now, and I also need to get some sunglasses. I forgot to bring my sunglasses here this time. I just asked Fabiola if she's got any spare ones and she said she has, but they're a bit feminine, so we'll go on a little hunt for some sunglasses as well. But for now, we're just going to traipse the streets. I'm just going to be taking some footage, talking some absolute jargon, if you don't mind. But yeah, I just wanted to show you basically how Playa del Carmen is. Check this out now. You see all of this graffiti here. It's still on. Okay, so I wasn't sure if I was still recording then because the screen went off. But it was still recording. I think I've just got the battery saver on to a minute for the screen, but check this graffiti out here. Huge wall, like, and it goes around the corner here as well. We'll go around the corner just around here. But yeah, that was a bit strange. The screen went off, so I thought it stopped recording automatically, but I've just looked at the settings and I had it down as for the screen to go off after 1 minute, which is great because that'll save the battery. Anyways, check some more of this graffiti out, man. Never mind me talking. Look at this. It goes right around the corner now. Sorry. People taking photos of it here. But look at this, man. And this is why I love Mexico, you know, like, if there isn't graffiti on the streets, you can hear music somewhere. If you can't hear music, you can hear dogs playing. There's always something going on, but the visuals, there's always something visual to look at, you know. And some more. And a lot of the graffiti here is it's down a lot of the smaller roads, you know, the busier parts, the more touristic parts. Obviously you've just got restaurants, bars, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, you've got graffiti in between it all here and there, but when you get into the nitty-gritty and you get into all the little streets down here, you get to see some of the real art, you know. You get to see some of the nicer bits. So that's what we're going to do now. Like, basically we're just going to have a little walk down some of the narrow streets, more local areas, and see what we can find. So yeah, so this is Playa del Carmen, folks. I'm just going to be filming myself walking around basically, and like I say, it's a good chance for me to check out the old GoPro Hero 10 Black. There's mixed views on it, you know, like people say there's glitches, there's faults with it and stuff, but it has had a new firmware update which has supposedly fixed a lot of the problems. So which is great, which is what made me buy it, to be honest with you. I've always been put off getting a GoPro because of all the problems they have, the glitches, the just really unreliable by the sounds of it, you know. They freeze, they don't turn on, they don't turn off, everything you can think of really. So supposedly all that's fixed, but we'll see how we go. So what a better place to try it out and to show you around town. So now we're just coming up to Avenue 10. So 5th Avenue is the famous one. That's the one that's really busy. This is number 10. So they go like 5, 10, 15, 20, blah blah blah. So we're going to walk down this way because we're going to head out of the busier area now. I just want to get into the more local streets, you know. But I just want to show you guys the real Playa del Carmen, you know, just to see kind of what goes on here. And I mean, it's really, really busy right now. There's loads of tourists, as you just seen, 2 backpackers passing me there. It's the easiest country basically to get into now without having to take the old vaccine, you know. So many people are choosing to come here, which is it's quite good actually, because it shows how many people are kind of, you know, fighting for the power basically. But I'm not going to go into that right now. Anyways, so as you can see, we're kind of leaving the busy area now. The busier area is down that way basically. We're heading this way, and this is the way you'd walk to our favorite beach, Colosio. It's about a 35-minute walk away from Fabiola's place. It's a little tattoo shop there, some nice graffiti. But yeah, so it's a 35-minute drive away, walk away, sorry, from Fabiola's place. I walked here with the dog. I walked here with the dog yesterday, and had great fun on the beach with him. Like, I love it. He loves the ocean and such good fun. But I wanted to bring him out with me now because I wanted to try the slow motion settings on the GoPro, and it would have been great to have him there for that, you know, just to do a bit of slow-mo of him running along the beach. But he's a bit of a nightmare on the lead sometimes. He's pulling, and so he would have been a bit difficult to do a video with, to be honest with you. If he was nice and calm on the lead, it wouldn't be a problem right now. But if he sees another dog or something, he's just all over the joint, you know. So anyway, I want to show you as much as I can and not just have my head on the camera, just so you can see what Playa del Carmen is about. I mean, this part is kind of nothing special really. We're heading out of town. Tell you what I'll do, I'll nip down one of these little streets here. What we're going to do now, we're heading kind of towards 5th Avenue again. There you go, there's the old Bochito, the old Beetle. You get loads of them around here. Can't beat the Bochito. So yeah, we're going to head back down onto 5th now. But the busier part of 5th is that way. And the further you go out towards the beach we're going to, the less touristic and the less busy it gets. And it eventually just kind of feathers out into nothing almost, you know. There's not much going on down there at all, apart from a few local people living there. So that's the way we're headed now. So here we are, we're coming into 5th now. As you can see, it's getting pretty busy. Little smoke shop there. Whoop, whoop. So this is 5th. So if you keep going down that way, that's where it starts getting really busy. All these nice little bars, look. So we're going to head on down this way now, and like I say, it ends up feathering off into like not many people at all. You just get people jogging and cycling along there and walking their dogs. Hola. No, gracias. Some guy just offering me some weed. See that guy behind me in the green t-shirt? Yeah, you get that all along 5th. You get offered all sorts of stuff. Some guys breakdancing here. Honest to God, man, you've got so much stuff going on here. It's a really vibrant place, but like really busy with tourists right now, you know. And it's the most, I think, if I'm right, it's the most expensive town or city in Mexico to you know, for accommodation and just for everything basically. When you go to the smaller little towns and villages, it gets a lot cheaper, you know. It gets way cheaper. And then it's if you're a traveller, obviously you want as cheap as possible, you know. So people usually dip in and out of here. They come for a bit of a party. They'll come for a bit of a party, and then they'll leave to save themselves a bit of cash. Anyway, I'm just going to stop this now because, like I say, the screen's gone off again. I might just be recording nothing here. I just want to double check that it is, and I'll be back with you, okay? Give us a sec. Yeah, so all was good. All was good. It was still recording. Some people have said it overheats as well, this camera. It's known for overheating, and it's pretty warm today, it's fair to say. So that's another little test that we'll be doing unintentionally. But yeah, it was just recording, and that was 8 minutes worth of recording on, I think it's the 2.7K and 120 frames per second that I'm recording on right now. Here's a little fake bochito. You can see all the colourful garments. Sombrero. Maybe I should get a sombrero for the video, eh? Anyways, we're just coming, like I say, we're still on 5th, and I've just found a little place to buy some sunglasses. I think I'm going to check some of these on. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Gracias. So yeah, look. Which one's checking that suit, folks? Checking out these little babies here.
Blue?
Ah, sí.
Oh.
Gracias, amigo. Well, there we go, folks. There's the sunglasses sorted. What do you reckon? I quite like them, actually. Ray-Bans, official Ray-Bans. These are for 200 peso. We wanted to. Hola. These two just enjoying life, man. Anyways, sorry, I'm losing track of my thoughts here. They wanted 350 peso for them then. And then I told them that I'd seen some that I liked down there for 150. And then they went on to tell me that the quality wouldn't be as good. So I said, okay. And they said 200 peso. So I said, you've got yourself a deal. Hey, bro. So anyways, it's funny, you know, we're in 2022 now, and you still get people looking at you strangely because you're holding a camera in front of your face. As you can see, it's getting less and less busy. It's fading out of the tourists area. You've still got the odd shop here, obviously, going on. The old Hero. And that's what I like, the further you go down this way, the more dogs you see, the more people with their dogs and stuff like. So it's perfect little walk to come down with your dog. It's a shame I couldn't bring Elvis, man. But he'd be all over the show now. He's he's a bundle of energy, as you might have seen in previous videos, and you'll probably see in some up and coming videos also. Anyways, enough waffling. So I'm just wondering how it's sounding as well, this Hero 10. Does it sound any different pointing away from me? Does it sound the same now? Does it sound the same? Or does it sound a little bit less when I'm kind of like pointing it forward like this? Let's just going to cross over the road here. Ooh, we might have to stop there on the way back. Yeah, I'm just the stabilization on this Hero 10 at the moment is it's just on normal. I'll have to check it up. I'll put it on the screen, but it's not boost. It's just kind of high or something like that. So it crops it in a little bit. With boost, it crops the picture in quite a lot, you know, but it stabilizes it like mad. Like you can wobble your camera around quite a lot and it just won't do anything. But I'm wobbling this now. I'm giving that a bit of a wobble. Got a bit of a wobble on my old arm going on here. So tell me if it's, well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see if it stays straight. Anyway, let's continue. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, gracias. Very friendly people around here, you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, this is in wide mode. You've got extra wide, what's the word? Like the width of the screen, you know, like wide angle, that's the one, wide angle. My brain's going dead. So I've just wanted to do a little test. I've got it on wide, not extra wide right now, I've got it on wide. I don't really like the extra wide because it really makes things bow around the corners. I mean, you'll probably see on this now that things are bowing on the edge, right, on the outside. I'm not too keen on that really. But the next setting down is linear. So I'm gonna just walk along here now like this. That's wide. And then I'm gonna swap to linear now. Okay, and now we are on linear. So you can see how much it's cropped in. I can't see it yet because obviously I'm filming it. But it'll be interesting to see the actual difference. I do like the wide because you can see more around me basically. But and this has got the horizon leveling on as well, so I'm wobbling like mad here now, and it should be keeping it really, really still. So it's a little test there. So this is linear on horizon, 120 frames per second at 2.7K. Nice little bar here. These two guys were just singing, but as soon as I switched the camera on, they stopped. There you go, they're starting again now. Music everywhere, graffiti everywhere. So we're still on linear here, so we'll go forward, and I'm going to switch back over to wide now. And now we're on wide, so you should have noticed the difference there. There's a big wall of graffiti going on here. Let's have a little wander. Anyway, we've been filming, I'd say, for a good 20 to 25 minutes solid. I started on 80% here. Anyway, look, we'll have a look at graffiti while I'm talking. We were on 80% when we first started, so it wasn't on 100%. This is on 38% now. So yeah, like I say, we've recorded about 25 minutes, I reckon, solid. So we've used, what's that, 40, about 45%. Anyway, this graffiti kind of goes on and it gets a bit kind of old schoolish, chisels out. We're going to stick to the programme. We're going to carry on back up the other road, okay? Let's see if we can get to the beach anyway, because what I might do is I can phone Fabiola, she can pick me up from the beach so I don't have to walk all the way back. This is always great. Now this is where I start liking 5th Avenue, because this is where it starts going into nothing, and there's graffiti art everywhere. This little piece here, all very colourful. All of these bits here, look at that, the mushrooms. Yeah, and just some really chill little cafes, you know. Pretty nice vibe, man. I can see why people come here, and I can see why my girlfriend moved here. The only thing for me in this place is not all year round. It's perfect now. Is the heat. It gets really some nice art behind me there. Look. It just gets really, really humid in the kind of summer months. In my country, like May, June, July, August, I think it is so hot here. Like, and just not hot, it's the humidity. It really gets to me quite badly. It takes me a long time to acclimatise to it, you know. But at the moment, it's actually perfect. And in the evenings, I even had a little chill on last night. I had to go back and get a little long sleeve jumper. Gracias. So yeah, now's a perfect time for us Brits to come if you don't like the humidity. I took some photos of all of these the other day. Cool, eh? All this, man. Yeah, so like I said, I was down here the other day, yesterday, taking photos of all of these pieces of graffiti here. Like, you can hear down there, there's some nice little cafe playing some cool hip hop right behind me there. Don't know if you'll pick that up. It'll be nice to see how these microphones work as far as like picking sound up from a distance as well, you know. So we've got some nice little local spots down here, some guys eating, but there's a nice little piece of graffiti right there. That's quite cool. So yeah, you can see we're getting local now. You see them guys behind me, eh? Just the builders working, eating on the dinner break and that, I guess. So hola. Yeah, everyone's having a little chill siesta time. Anyways, let's crack on. Another nice little piece down here. If you've been here and you've never come, like, walk down as far as this place, you should come. Hola. Check out this little place, Ceviche Corazon. Tiny little joint. Yeah, man. You see, just people on their bikes, people walking. You're going to see the odd dog and everything as well. But yeah, this is the way to Calle 88, Colosio. On this way, I think we've got about another 10 minutes to walk until we get to the beach. Another nice little spot here. You've got these little kids that sell drinks and sweets and all sorts of bits of food. They have these cool little carts, you know, that they have on, and they're all selling different things, you know. Some will have drinks, some will have food, and that's another thing in Mexico. Like, you're never short of food and drink. Like, everywhere you go, literally, you can get what you want, you know. It's crazy, like, and that's not just in this town, that's just Mexico in general. So food orientated, you know, like they really do like their food, so they have it on on offer wherever they can, basically. So look, this part's getting developed. You see these big new builds here, so they are expanding Fifth. It is slowly coming down this way, you know, but it's going to be a long time until it's as busy as it is down the other end, I think. But as you can see on the other side here, it's just full of jungle, and that goes down to the beach. And you'll see these little huts in here in a minute as well. There's little huts here, and people that kind of protect the land, they stay there and use the little huts for shelter and to sleep in, basically. So I think we're just going to come up to one in a minute. There's a little piece of graffiti here that I really liked, actually. It's quite I just like the way they'd use these bars, basically. I can't think of the word that I'm trying to think of. Inventive, maybe. You see how they've used them bars as part of like a little hut. Cool, eh? I hope this camera's working still. I hope the battery is still on. Like I say, I don't have the screen on now because it switches itself off, and you can change that in the settings, by the way. You can change that so that the screen stays on, or you know, set it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but I just got it on a minute just to save the battery, basically. I'm trying to save the battery as much as possible because I do know the batteries aren't great in these little GoPros, but I have got 3. I've got 2 normal ones, and then I've got one that is the I forget the name for it now, but it's like a extra powerful battery, so it gives you more minutes. It's just, yeah, you get more energy and stuff like that. Yo, bro. Everyone loving the GoPro. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the other battery, I'll put the name of it in the screen now, but it just gives you more power, basically. I thought it was worth buying one of them, so I've got 3 batteries, and I also bought like a cool little charger. You can charge 3 in 1, basically, and you can keep them within the pack. It's really handy because you can use it as a storage as well. It charges them up and you can leave them in it, so it's like the other chargers, you put them in the top and they're just kind of exposed, you know, so there's no like bag or anything for the batteries, but with this one you can keep them in it. So these are the little huts I was telling you about. As you can see, like a little road down there, but this is all fenced off, and some of these little places are occupied. So here's loads of the huts. So this is basically Fifth. We've walked down here, and this is the way to the beach. This is the path we're going to take to the beach. You see all of these huts here, yeah? Little shelters. I'm actually not sure exactly what they're for, but there's always people in there, and it's like, it looks like they live there, basically, you know. So anyways, without further ado, folks, let's go down to the beach. So this is Colosseo, Calle 88. In Playa del Carmen, there's not a great deal of beach left, as in like the width of it, you know, the depth. It's tideless. The tide doesn't really move here, unlike the UK where it just goes out far, comes back in. Here it pretty much stays the same, and in Playa it's getting closer and closer, you know, all the time. So in places there's hardly any beach really. So, but here you've got a bit of width to the beach, so it's definitely worth the trek down here. Hola, señor.
Hola.
Here we go. We reached the beach. I've just realised I didn't bring a bloody towel with me, did I? So I can't even, well, I could go in. I'm not really prepared for a swim. I didn't even think about it. I didn't think I was coming this far, to be honest with you. So that was the reason. But anyways, let's see how. It's getting quite windy here now. It's great. I can do it. It'll be a good for the test for the audio. See how that wind sounds. It's a little bit choppy, which probably means the storm's coming in, which is great. But this is Colosseo. So Playa del Carmen is down that way, the main town, yeah. And the further you go that way, obviously. There is a name to that beach over there. I'll put that down. It's quite busy today actually. Like, I usually come down here a little bit earlier or a little bit later. I think we might come back down here. We might come back down here later with Elvis when this, because it gets a bit hot, to be honest with you, in the afternoons and stuff. So we tend to come early in the morning or come in the evenings. So if we come this evening, I will do the water test. I'll get in the ocean, get in with Elvis, and we'll do the water test then. I don't really fancy getting in now. I haven't really got the right shorts on. Check the colours out in that water. Let's see how the colours look. I've just got the colour on natural as well. You can have it on vibrant, you can have it on, there is another setting as well. But I just got it on natural. So if you want to edit them later on in an editing suite, I kind of researched and they say it's best to have it on natural, and then you can, you know, you can saturate it as much as you want when it comes to the editing process, basically. But yeah, I'm hoping it's picking up the colours and the blues and the turquoises there in the water. It's looking absolutely stunning. Like, yeah, I think you can see that storm coming in. See out there? There you go, man. That's the storm coming in right there. Anyway, folks, I'm going to put the old camera off now. I'm going to check to see what the battery's like, see how we're getting on with all of that, and just to check that it's still recording. It is really hot now, actually. So if it is going to overheat, I've had it on constantly working now for about 30 to 35 minutes. So if this is still recording, that's great. Heat test passed. Okay folks, so I'm going to say this real quick. It's on 2% battery. We filmed for about 35 to 40 minutes in total, like non-stop, on 80% battery. So 40 minutes to 80%. So with that extra 20%, you probably get, what, 45 to 50 minutes, I reckon. I'll try a full battery, obviously, after this, but I just want to say this real quick before the battery dies, okay? Okay, so I've just changed the battery, put a fresh one in, 100%. And I've taken the foam thing off. I've taken the wind slayer, it's called. So you might hear a bit of wind now. I just want to see what the difference is with that. So still pretty breezy. Well, there we go, folks. There we go. Heading back now. Fabiola's going to pick me up. So that was test one. Hopefully we'll come down a little bit later again to try the water test. We'll come down with Elvis. We'll get some nice slow motion footage with him, hopefully. I did get a few bits then, as you saw, and it looks pretty good from what I could see in the screen here. Anyways, we're going to head back now. If there's anything of interest again, I'll switch this little baby on, but otherwise we'll catch you in a bit. Cute. Okay folks, so we're back on the way down to the beach. This is actually a week later than what you've just seen. I said I was going to come back to the beach a little bit later on in that day, but it didn't happen. And long story short, I got quite ill actually. I've been ill for the last week or so. But we went up to San Cristobal de las Casas. I've got to keep my eye on this guy. Come on. This is why I find it difficult filming with Elvis, because he's all over the place. Aren't you, Elvis? Anyway, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, I got quite ill, so I was bedridden for a couple of days. And but we went up to San Cristobal de las Casas, had an amazing time up there. Hang on, there's a bit of fluff on the thing there. Yeah, we had an amazing time up there for what I could enjoy of it anyway. But there was no water there really, you know, to do the water test. I wanted to do it on the beach down here. So this is my second to last day in Playa. I head home tomorrow. So I love coming down to the beach with Elvis. So me and him have just decided to come down here today before the storm comes in. I think there's supposed to be a storm coming. So we're gonna get Elvis in the water. We're gonna do a little water test. One thing I have had the chance to do while I've been in San Cristobal de las Casas is give the camera a good testing, and I've really enjoyed using it. It's nice. I've not seen any of the footage on a big screen because it's all on the SIM card still in the camera. I don't have a lot of room left either, so I'm gonna have to be quite frugal with the footage I make today. But I do find it, I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to a small little thing like a GoPro 10, but I do find it a little bit fidgety. It's, you know, the screen, the touch screens, it's good, it's decent. It just seemed everything's quite small, so maybe it's just me that's not used to that. And it has frozen on me, the actual camera's frozen on me, I'd say about 5 times in the space of a week. And it's quite frustrating when it does that, you know. And what I think I've noticed is that when I'm using the slow motion setting, I've done something slow motion, I've stopped the camera and then it's frozen. So I've had to take the battery out, put the battery in and restart the whole thing. And to me, that is frustrating. Like, that's what's put me off getting the GoPro in the beginning, is the whole freezing thing and not switching on and off and all of that. And I'm not gonna lie, it really did kind of piss me off when it did it twice on the trot, you know. And with this wind slayer that I've got on the camera, the wind-proof thing that I showed you before, there's no, you know, you have to take the whole thing off basically. There's no kind of section where you can get the battery out, so you have to take the whole wind slayer off the GoPro itself. So you have to take the handle off, all of that, you know. So that was a little bit frustrating, but it hasn't frozen on me for a good few days now. I'm gonna continue to use it and see how it goes. But we're on the way down to the beach. Elvis can't wait to get in the ocean, I hope, so that I can get some footage of him in there and give it the old water test. So without further ado, if Elvis will let me, we'll head down to the beach now. Elvis. Vamos. So we've had a couple of little water tests with Elvis here, as you've just seen. What I want to do, I just want to see what the audio is like as soon as it comes out of the water. Some people say the water gets stuck in the microphone for a while, you know, so let's see how long it takes for the audio to sort itself out after going under in 3, 2, 1. How does that sound now? Straight out of the water. Straight out of the water. Does it sound good? Has it taken a while to sort the audio out? We're going back in. And we've just come straight back out. Let me know what the audio is like. Is it any good? Does it sound a bit weird, or like you've got water inside of your ear? Or is it sounding good? Is it sounding as good as Elvis is looking in the water? Look, he's having a nice little swim here. He's having a nice little swim, our Elvis. See? there we go, folks. That was the old water test of the GoPro 10. Looking forward to getting back and listening to it and see how it kind of sounded and what the footage is like. But I don't have a lot of, like I said before, I don't have a lot of memory left on this memory card here now. I didn't bring my laptop with me this time, so I'm unable to convert everything from the card onto my laptop. So I think this is going to be the last bit of footage from the GoPro 10 from Mexico for this trip. So from Elvis and I, from Colosio Beach, Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Adios. Adios, Elvis. Adios. Peace. Boom. And then just like that, we're back in cold North Wales. Beautiful. Slightly different attire to what I've just had on the beach, eh? Anyways, I'm back in Wales now, and sunny Rhyl. But I just wanted to finish off the review of the GoPro 10. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I just want to say now, at the moment, I'm just recording in super view, which is the widest it can go. So I just wanted to do a quick shot of that as well, because I didn't do that when I was in Playa del Carmen. So behind me now you can see buildings and stuff, and I'm guessing you can kind of see them bending around the edges quite a lot. I don't know, that's what I'm guessing. I'm going to try and find something else. Well, you see this pole behind me here? I mean, is that quite bent? And that's what puts me off using the super view, is that it just distorts the edges a lot. But I'm not sure, I'll go back and have a look at this footage. Anyways, just wanted to finish off this little video by saying I really, you know, I do enjoy using the GoPro 10. It hasn't frozen on me since my first kind of nightmare with it, really. It froze on me about 5 times, like I said, but since then it's been pretty good, to be honest with you. It hasn't frozen or had any glitches or anything like that, so maybe it was just beginner's bad luck, who knows. Anyways, this is the beach of North Wales, Rhyl, where I currently reside. Anyways, enough waffling, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Wasn't the best review on the internet, I'm sure, but I'd say it's one of the best little walks around Playa del Carmen on there. It's got to be, eh? Especially with Elvis. Anyways, I'm coming for my nice little evening walk. Hope you can hear me again. It might be a bit windy. What I did notice on the when we were on the beach in Playa del Carmen is that the audio was really quite bad, wasn't it? You know, it really was quite, it didn't handle the wind very well, but it was really windy that day. It's quite a bit of wind here now as well, so I'm just curious as to how it sounds in different directions. But yeah, I mean, for £12 it worked really well on the street and stuff. You know, I could tell that well, at the end of the video when I was on the beach, I took it off for a while, didn't I? And you could tell the difference with it on. So yeah, it's a decent little invention. It's a way of getting around kind of wind noise, you know, for the cheap and cheerful. That's me. Anyways, folks, gonna love you and leave you until the next video, which we're going to be in San Cristobal de las Casas in Mexico. I did a bit of filming up there, so the next vlog's going to be that. Okay, until then, take care and have fun, folks. Peace.